Yeah, coming up next, it is the dope dad himself, Rico Lamitte. When he's not having internet problems and getting onslaughted by the internet cartels, you can
Onslaughted.
find him moving boxes because he's been moving into his new abode. Are you in your new safe space yet, Rico?
I'm in my safe space.
All
I
right,
can't,
so
I
hopefully
can't
he's
tell my
bunkered
microphone, so I have
down
no idea where my
and
real microphone is. But how do I sound? Do I
you
sound good?
sound amazing, bro.
The
Sound
internet
like
connected?
Keith
Oh,
Sweat.
don't get me started. Don't get me.
Oh yeah, it's the dope dad himself, Rico Lamitte.
All right, everybody. So my headline today is bringing good news from the place they call Jason Beck White Gucci. That's right. The city of Detroit, Michigan will finally have access to legally sanctioned consumption events. Detroit City Council granted approval to its first ever festival allowing legal consumption, the 420 Cannabis Music Festival, which will be held later this month, not on 420, but April 29th. There was actually the third iteration of the D's block party style event with several DJs and live performances. This will be their first held with legal consumption permitted both in and outdoor from noon until the end of the day. The approval process has been drawn out, and they will be missing the actual 420 quasi holiday that all of us love. Members of Detroit City Council said that they appreciated the transparency of the process and the fact that DNG Ventures, who will be producing the festival, had produced other smaller regional events in the state that had gone off smoothly. Per Green Market Report, the company said it was their sixth event so far in Michigan, and other cannabis-centric events had less fighting and fewer arrests than those centered around alcohol. They did not mention how many fights and or arrests were normal for Michigan events, but they felt it was necessary to add that little tidbit. I might have to add that, so awesome for them. Detroit City Council President Pro Tem James Tate, who helped rate the city's cannabis ordinance, said this: "We see other cities taking advantage of this opportunity, and now we're celebrating the opportunity for the industry to grow in the city of Detroit." He said that the festival's approval was a way to fully execute the city ordinance and follow city council member Fred Durhall in his remarks too. He said that it was a way for them to follow the will of the people as God has tended them to do. But not all on the council was without concern. City council member Letitia Johnson asked whether the festival was required to have bud tenders or people who were actually trained to monitor consumption at the event. I don't think she knows what a bud tender is, but whatever. Um, Nobody had an answer to that question for her, and she seemed very disgruntled on the call. While it's not required, organizers did say that state laws limit how much cannabis a person could purchase, and that would be in effect. Michigan state requirements for holding the event include private security, city permits, and a business license, in addition to the council vote, and this was approved 7-0. Council members Scott Benson and Gabriela Santiago Romero voted present and did not put their votes forward. My experience with these events, they've been safe, they've been fun, and they've been entertaining. And that's it. He did not vote. That was council member Coleman Young II. But he looks forward to other events like this in the future. So big shout out to Detroit. They finally get some consumption license that are some consumption events that are actually legal. I'm sure there's been absolutely an abundance of them that are not, that have been less than legal. So I guess that is a good thing. Progress is good. Big shout out to them. And I'm interested in hearing what White Gucci has to say about the 420 Music Festival, which will be held on 4/29. I'm Rico Lamitte, dopest dad in the street, for High 9 News.